Hey, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Listen, it's a message from your bulletproof Christian fitness mentor, Mark Avens here. Want to share with you why you haven't lost that weight. Here we are, end of 2020. I know it's been for some of you maybe a disastrous year, but the reality is the weight's still there. And I want to share with you why you haven't lost the weight. And I'll tell you, if you did lose the weight, if you were successful, if you're on the right path, this message isn't for you. But if you are continuing to be on that struggle bus, if you're like absolutely dead, stuck in your tracks, and you have been, maybe not just since this past year, which was hard enough alone, but it's maybe been years and years and years. I want you to pay close attention to this because I want to share with you why you haven't lost the weight. And I'll tell you, even in my own personal fitness journey, I struggled. I had many times where I've struggled up and down. Yes, I'm the coach. I'm the guy who's supposed to be at the top of my game. But I'll tell you, to be honest with you, I'm human just as you are. And I've struggled. In fact, this past year was a bit of a struggle for me as well. It was hard to fall off track. I was busy taking care of my clients, and when COVID hit and everybody's trying to adjust and we were pivoting and shifting what we needed to with schedules, I kind of fell off track myself. And I'll tell you what, I had to do one of two things. I could either react it and get all worried and nervous and scared and, start freaking out and stressing out, or I could respond and make the adjustments and shifting the way I need it. And that's what I want to share with you, really why you haven't lost the weight. And it's now the end of 2020. You're like, damn, there goes another year. I just wasted it. It's just another year. I just wasted it. Yeah, I can make the excuses up. And of course, I can blame, like a lot of people are, COVID and lockdowns and all the excuses. And you've heard me say this before. You can have excuses or you can have results. And I know you can have results even when the world is in a complete, lockdown and this whole pandemic, whatever you want to call it, right? It doesn't matter. It's not to talk about that. It's just why you're still overweight, maybe still struggling. And here's why. Number one, the pain of changing your situation, the pain of changing is greater than the pain of you staying in your current situation. And that's time and time again. That's the first thing, right? The pain of change. Because if you're 50 pounds overweight or 30 pounds overweight, or you can't, walk up and down a flight of steps without getting out of breath, you can't maybe, even bear to think of yourself in some exercise clothes, let alone maybe go to the gym and try to work out or join a gym, right? In your mind, like, oh, I probably should join a gym, but it's not safe. I'll just use that as an excuse, or, I'm too old. I don't know if I can work out. Again, if you're overweight and you're unhealthy and you're out of shape, chances are you haven't lost that weight yet because of this, because the pain of change, the pain that you have to actually go through changes is greater than the pain of you staying the same. That's one of the reasons. The second reason is that you're just too comfortable staying where you are. The reality is it's comfortable. And people say this all the time, Mark, I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it's easy to say, or like it's right, talk is cheap. Where I come from, talk is cheap. If you wanna actually say that, then back it up with some action. Because at the end of the day, you could say, Mark, I'm just sick and tired of being 50 pounds overweight. I'm just sick and tired of having to, put on bigger clothes and not fit in any of the clothes that I have in my closet. I'm just sick and tired of it. Are you really? That's my main question. Are you really, or are you just more comfortable staying where you are? Because that's the second reason. It's just comfortable to not do anything. It's comfortable to not have to take action and go exercise. It's comfortable to continue eating all the foods and drinking all the drinks and just being lazy. It's easy, right? The enemy likes to take us out and uses the things of comfort, things that we think of as comfort, as ways to get us out of our zone. That's the second one. And then here's the other one, is you're scared of the unknown. You're scared of I haven't been in shape for the last 20 years, Mark. I'm 57 years old. And the last time I was in shape was when my kids were little and I had to run around for all the stuff. And I was in okay shape. And I don't even know if I could do it anymore. That's the third thing, is you're scared of the unknown. And look, there's a lot of things that are unknown, right? And you can wait and wait and wait and wait and wait another year, wait another 3 years, wait another 5 years, or or you can respond, not react, because here's what happens when you don't take care of the weight that you probably know you need to do for the health of you, for the health of your family, so that you don't end up having to spend a lot of money out of pocket later down the road in doctor's visits and medications and surgeries and all that stuff. And it's like the expense is going to be there if the investment is not made now. But the problem is you're not in the pain area you need to be. Is again, the pain of having to change is far greater than the pain of where you're at. So when people come into my coaching space, and they do, and this is the time of year, a lot of people are not necessarily thinking about it, but they are. It's like in the back of their mind, but they're like, oh, I just got to get through the holidays. I just got to get through this time, the end of the year. I'm really busy. I don't really have any money. I can't spend it on coaching. All the excuses. Trust me, I've been doing this long enough. I've heard them. And at the end of the day, you got to take ownership of it. And when it happens, you're going to have to do it when you react. And what do we do when we react? We go to the quickest thing possible to try to change. Quickest thing. What's going to happen? New Year's, you're going to go, oh, I got to go on that diet. You don't have to go on a diet. You have to get a hold of your life, and you have to take control of it. And here, there's a lot of things that we can't control. There's a lot of things that aren't unknown. We don't know if gyms will be open. We don't know if we're going to have to wear masks the rest of our life. We don't know if we're going to be able to hug anybody or be able to spend time with our family members, or go on a plane, or go travel somewhere and maybe even going to a concert or sitting in church next to your neighbor, like that type of thing. There's a lot of things that are unknown right now, but there are a lot of things that are known. And the one things that are known are the things that you can control. And there's a lot that you can control. You can control your taking care of yourself. You can control what time you get up in the morning. You can control whether or not you sit on the couch or you get up and go for a walk. You can control whether you put crappy food in your mouth or you put healthy, nutritious whole foods in your body. You can control the amount of calories, or maybe you don't have any control over them now. But the reality is, you have the options. There's a lot of things you can control. And unfortunately, when we get kind of controlled by a lot of other things in life, and that's what's going on now, it's easy to just fall off track. So my question to you is, are you willing to hang on to another year of being out of control? Are you willing to do that? That's my question to you. That's my thought. It's Sunday, right? December's rounding out. 2020, you're like, let's get it over with. Let's get this done. Let's start a new year. Let's start fresh. But who knows what's to come in the next 3 years? Who knows if it's not going to get worse? Who knows where our country's going to be at? Yes, you can worry and stress about all those things and then react when the time comes, or you can respond now and start taking control of the things that you can. If you want to lose weight, freaking get up and lose some weight. Maybe you need a coach. Maybe you need somebody like me to hold you accountable, to direct you in the right way. I'll tell you what, the one thing that's been a blessing in my life this year through all of the craziness, and I've had to deal with just as much craziness as probably you have, and not knowing, a lot of unknowns, but I'll tell you what, having guidance and support and accountability, and really like there's people that you can surround yourself with, even if it's not face-to-face, right? Because a lot of us didn't get to do that face-to-face this year, right? Schools locked down, businesses closed up, your business maybe shifted and you weren't maybe across from your co-worker in office. Maybe it's all done on Zoom. I totally get that. But it doesn't mean you can't have the support you need. It doesn't mean you can't have the accountability you need. It doesn't mean you can't actually move forward and lose the weight you need to lose and live the life you need to live, and the life that God has for you. He has a path and a plan for your life. And favor, if you think about this year, we all focused on death. Everybody's focused on dying and death. How about the life? Think about all we can talk about how many people died, but how about how many babies were born this year? How about how many people's lives were renewed this year? Think of how many people who maybe came to their faith for the very first time, came into this relationship with God. That's something to be really excited about, right? What about the option? Maybe you got stuck in your weight. Maybe you got kind of down the wrong path. Maybe you got lazy when things locked down. You locked your body down and it went downhill quick. And I get it. But it doesn't mean you can't change your ways now. It doesn't mean you can't start on a new path, on a new vision for your life. If you've given up, chances are it's not the end. You woke up. Be thankful God gave you another day. And I'll tell you what, I know December is the end of the year, and it's like starting to round out, and maybe you're just kind of like coasting along in this normalcy, or maybe just coasting along and letting everything control you. Well, you can take back control. I want to help you. Listen, you may have somebody too. Maybe you got it all together. Maybe you're in control. Maybe things are going well, but I bet you there's somebody who needs some help. And I'll tell you what, I'm for hire. Yes, I do this for a living. I help people get them on the right path. I help people who want to lose weight, who want to do it the right way, who need the accountability, who need the support. And I'll tell you what, if you got a friend or a family member, send them my way. You may be just that one that wants to listen to me all the time and failing to take action. But I'll tell you what, you might have a friend or a family member, and send them my way. I'd be happy to help them out. Maybe you got everything lined up and dialed in, and your nutrition's good and you're in great shape and you figured it out. And maybe I've helped you over the time, but I bet you there's a family member, or maybe there's a friend, or maybe there's a neighbor who could really use to have the support they need to get that 50 pounds off, right? Maybe they need to realize that the pain of change is not so bad after all. In fact, looking forward into 2021, you can. Maybe your friend can, maybe your neighbor can, maybe your spouse can get on the right path. Maybe all they need is a coach in their corner who can help them succeed. Anyway, I've gone on a rant enough. I got to go in. I'm going to get a good workout. I'm going to take care of myself because I know I can control that. And there's a lot of things you can too. Are you going to do it? Are you going to take the steps that you need to control yourself? That's a good question to ask going into the last couple of weeks of the new year. Don't wait till New Year's resolution. Come on, the resolutions we know don't work, right? 80, 90% fail on resolutions. So if you want to go down that path of resolutions and failing again, have at it. But if you want a new path, if you want a new direction, why don't you come around people who are going to be supportive, who have experience, right? You're going to leave it up to your own efforts. You might be awesome at your job. You might be awesome making money. You might be awesome at being a great parent, but maybe you just really fail when it comes to taking good care of yourself. Maybe you feel it's selfish. Well, taking care of yourself and your personal health is one of the most selfless things you can do. Maybe you just don't know how to do it. I'd be happy to help. Reach out to me. In fact, send me a message. Type it in the comments here, or you can send me a private message. Just put in 2021, my year. 2021, my year. And we'll hop on a call. We'll see if we're a good fit to work together, and we can literally do this. We can get you out of that pain, out of that suffering, out of that body, out of that extra weight that's been sitting on you for maybe years and years and years, and we can renew. You can have, despite lockdowns, despite what might be coming in the near future, yes, there's things you can't control. Tons of things I can't control. Who knows what's going to happen in this world, in this country, in the next several months, maybe in the next several years. But I do know that I'm not going to waste the things that I can control, and you don't have to either. So take care, God bless, and reach out to me if you're serious. Now, again, don't reach out to me if you're just like browsing. Yeah, let me check out what you're doing. Let me see. Yeah, I'm thinking about losing weight. Yeah, I kind of want to lose 50 pounds. Yeah. Like I really want like help, but I don't really know. I'm not too sure. I got a lot of stuff going on. There's lots of things going on. Okay, you can fill your head with that space of excuses, or you can get results. It's up to you. Your choice. Take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.